quickly approaching the end of the week and I thought I would do a bit of a bookish haul for this video. We're gonna do a very tiny thrifted book haul and then a couple of books that I got from the library. I love to thrift for books. I try to go at least once every couple weeks to my favorite spots in town. It's one of my favorite things to do because I love the feeling of finding a hidden treasure or a book that's on your TBR and having to pay a fraction of the cost that it would cost you to pay. Whenever I find a book on my TBR at the thrift shop or even a new book that I didn't know existed, I get super excited. Today I only have 2 books. It's been a very light thrifting month. We're on a bit of a budget after the holidays, but I still managed to find a couple little treasures while I was out this week. First up, we have City of Bones by Victoria Schwab. And The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue is my favorite book. And so every time I see something by Victoria Schwab, I have to pick it up. I recently thrifted Tunnel of Bones. So now I have almost the whole set. I think there's one more book in the series, but very exciting that I found it because I am slowly but surely building my Victoria Schwab collection and I adore her writing style. I've very much been on like a horror kick lately. I recently read a novella called Ankle Snatcher by Grady Hendrix. I loved it. I also loved Horror Store by Grady Hendrix, and this book has been on my TBR for such a long time, so coming across this in the thrift store was a massive find for me. I have been wanting to read this for well over a year. I'm excited about this one and it's in such good condition. It was just such an exciting find for me. At the library, I really never go in with a specific book in mind. I very much like to browse the shelves, see what's on recommended tables, and then make my choices from there. So I never really know what I'm gonna get when I go to the library, and yesterday was a really fun trip, so let me show you what I picked up. I have been trying to read more graphic novels. This was one that I have been anticipating for a while. I read another book by Molly Austenberg called The Deep Dark, and she features a lot of like cute characters, sort of coming of age, and then pairs them with these like weird lore-filled stories. So this is one that I have been wanting to read for a while. I love mermaids, and it just looked really adorable. The art style in these books are so good, and I'm really excited about this one. As I said, I have been on a horror kick lately. I picked up this novella called The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. I've only read one other Gillian Flynn book, and it was Sharp Objects. It disturbed me to no end. I was so unsettled the entire time. And The Grown Up was actually a very fun little novella. I read this as part of my 100 novella series that I'm doing on TikTok. And this was great. I read this in like an hour or so. It's less than 70 pages. The plot twist was crazy and it was a lot of fun. I will say the opening line to this book is probably one of the most jarring opening lines I've seen in a book in so long. And I sent it to multiple people because I said, I've never seen a book that isn't smut start like this. And I'm gonna leave the rest up to you. I think it's worth checking out though. Along the horror vein, I saw this in the YA section under new releases. It's called I Feed Her to the Beast and the Beast is Me. This is so good already. I'm a few chapters in. It is essentially about a young Black girl who is a ballerina trying to dance her way to the top of her field, and she is trying to do so with the help of a mysterious dark force. So far it's been good, and I loved the foreword and the dedication in this book. I'll read the dedication because I think it's really cool. It says, "To those who find freedom in becoming a monster when denied the space to be human." And right there and then I was hooked. I loved the author's note at the start of it. This book is very much so about like female rage and the rage of Black women who have been oppressed, and love stories like this. I love books like this, and horror is just the genre that I'm into right now, and this has already been exciting and I can't wait to keep reading. And another horror novel, this is Black Sheep by Rachel Harris. This is essentially a horror about family trauma and secrets, and again, just something that I have sort of my eye on for a while. I haven't seen it talked about too much, but I am excited about this. The description on the cover was really good and I am really excited. And that'll do it. That is my entire bookish haul. I think it's a pretty good one. I'm really excited to read these in the next couple weeks, and maybe I'll be able to check back in with you and let you know what I thought of these.